So my name's Tyler Kimbleton. I was introduced to the church by Someone Needs to Know Jesus. And that was Ron Levy, Emily Levy reaching out to me during my time of separation with my wife, bringing me into this church. So the first visit was on a Sunday, and I did it with just me, so not like bringing my kids in or working through anything with Courtney, it was just me. First I felt well overwhelmed. This place was packed. I've never been a member of a church that there's more than like 40, 50 people in it. I come in here and everything's full. So it was a little overwhelming at first for somebody coming from anxiety and PTSD and all the other stuff that the Army had created on me. And then I turned around and was like, Ron asked me if I wanted to go to a men's group on Thursdays. And I was like hesitant, but I was like, you know what, I need to do this. I need to be part of this. And that was my life-changing moment there. There was guys in there my age. I broke down in front of 7 guys I only knew one of them at the time, but I already knew I was in a spot to be comfortable with that, made it easier to talk about and figure out what I needed to do to fix all of it. And if I couldn't fix my marriage, at least I was going to fix me as a person for my kids. And that was the important part. And no matter how much I wanted to change myself, the only way I was going to change myself was getting a better connection with the Lord and then developing myself as that person to translate over to being a father, a husband, a brother, an uncle, whatever you want. My PTSD and stuff comes from 2 tours in Afghanistan where I was blown up a couple of times. Took a ricochet round, broken a couple of ribs, and just that every day of combat. So my first deployment was 12 months, and we seen combat 6 days a week on the minimum. There'd be days where we'd be in firefights twice a day. So overall, that played a huge mental role on me. So I exited out of the Army, came home, and at that time, in between the start of my second deployment and coming home is when I started a deep relationship with Courtney. Shortly after I got out of the Army, we got married. Retired from the Army in 19, had 2 kids in the process. And that's when the wounds from my time in the military really started to show. My PTSD and my depression, my anxiety, all that got so bad at one point. I remember looking at Courtney on a Sunday afternoon and said, I'm done. And it wasn't done on our marriage. I was just ready to be done with life. And her help got me over that hump, but I wasn't over that hump until I came here with Ron Levy. And then that really is what got me over that final hump, was being part of this church and overcoming the issues that I've had with depression and anxiety and just not being there for my wife. I chose my friends and playing ball 24/7 over being there for my wife and kids. And then when I met this church and became a member of this church and became a follower of the Lord, I've been able to be at 98% of my kids' ball games. I choose my kids and my wife and the Lord over anything else now. And ultimately that is what my rock has been, is getting into this church.